Hello, my name is Damian Krasinski, the owner and operator of DK Film Studios, and today we have another development log for you all. Whoop whoop! Exciting stuff, I know. So yes, we've got another development log to go on into today. Some big exciting stuff to discuss today. I can't wait to get on into it with you all. But before we get on into the nitty gritty here, let's take a quick look at Development Tracker. So, you will see that there has been a new project added and that is in post. We'll be getting into that later down the line in this video. Other than that, we don't have much in the way of updates for some of the projects. Just talking neurodivergence and mainly misunderstanding. Those are the two big things. But I was really getting a bit of work on some of the other projects as well this week, these past 2 weeks, which is great. Yeah, with the rest of the Talking Neurodivergence, I've been working on mainly just reaching out to other folks. Yeah, pretty much that. I do plan to, hopefully once I knock out some of the other projects, I might take a step back. Once I get a couple of these dealt with, I'll probably look at some of these other, some of the Untitled stuff. I know the Untitled stuff is definitely going to be where I'm moving forward. I have a plan for what, of course I know what my next one is, but talking with somebody recently, they're like, yeah, horror is very big right now, and it made me think, do I go down that route? I know we've got Amber's Untitled horror film, but I don't know if I call mine a horror film, but it might be because of what the general concept is. I have ideas of what I want the story to be and the general overall concept of it. I do need to flesh it out some more, but we're gonna look into that soon enough. But yeah, other than that, that's basically it. Nothing really else to get into regarding all of that. So let's just jump into the main to the log into the updates itself. To start off, we've got the Talking Neurodivergence Doc Series. I've begun to plan with some people on when we can film. I've done one and I'm looking to get another one ready to go. We'll be talking about that soon. I have, as I said, I've reached out to some folks. I need to reach out. I'm going to reach out to the one guy messaged earlier in the week. Again, just trying to make sure he's, saw the message and is able to let me know how he wants to handle things. I might, given where I filmed, make decisions on how change on where I was thinking of filming originally. But I'm going to talk a bit more about that later down the line. I didn't really need to worry about grabbing equipment. I realized at one point, hey, my lavalier mic setup I've got already is better. Already does the job. Might just do the job, and I'll need to sit down and mess around with it and try to mess with my Zoom H6 recorder just to make sure I understand how it's working. I might have forked it up a bit. Luckily I have multiple mics. Luckily there are multiple mics that are being used on set. That is the important thing. Okay, we have multiple mics on set, and that helps us out a lot. Alright, so we're pretty much done talking about Talking Neurodivergence Doc Series for the moment. We've got some to come up. We've got a bit more to discuss later down the line, but we'll get to that soon. Now we're going to be jumping on over to pre-production with The Search. So, as you can see here, we're still working on stuff here. Nothing crazy. We're still on our hunt for actors. Understandably so. By the end of this coming month, the end of this month, which is when you'll be seeing this, the script should be done. We should be good. I'll have to double check with Amber, but other than one change she recently mentioned to me, I think we're good. I think we're real good. Auditions, we'll be hosting those later this month as well, and which will then get us on into rehearsals, which is exciting. We haven't reached some of this other stuff yet. Once we get to July, August, that's when it's really going to be we're knuckling down. I'm focusing more on this. And that's why I'm hoping to get Focus Part 3 done before we get this done, before I get to this. If I can, that'd be great. If not, we'll see. We'll try. Alright, we're definitely going to try. But we've got stuff in progress. We're in the works. It's coming along, I think. It's coming along nicely, and I'm quite happy with it. So, good thing. Now having looked over that, we're still hunting for Taurus. We've gotten some more candidates for him, which is good. We're happy with that. Really what we need. We just need some candidates. I might actually call it quits. Once we get to a week or two before rehearsals, I might just cut it and, go from there, because we'll have a couple of options for Taurus, which is what we need, honestly. But at least we're getting people for him, which is great. Love that for us, genuinely do. I also am going to be looking into checking out some of the other locations for the film. It's been a bit hectic these past couple weeks for me, taking care of stuff and all that jazz with the studio, mainly with Game Misunderstanding ready. That's been kind of like that's been the big thing for me, really, in the past few weeks, past couple weeks. Like, I really want to get this film done, and everything else has kind of been off to the side, which is understandable because Misunderstanding is my baby. And we're almost done, like literally this coming Friday. It's going to be out. It will be out on time, don't worry. I will talk about that shortly. But we'll be talking about that real shortly. I mean, there's not really much more to go over with the search. So, before we get on into production, remember to comment down below. If you can tell me what films you're interested in that we're working on. What projects you're excited about. I want to hear that. If there's a film, if there's one, you let me know. I'll try to bring up more about some of the other projects on the line, but I'm not always working on the untitled stuff, and it's kind of hard to just do that. And subscribe for more, so you don't miss out on all the amazing films that are gonna be coming out real soon. I can't wait for you all to see it. And yeah. Other than that, I mean, let's get on to production. So, focus part 3. I've so far moved what I've got footage-wise to my hard drive. I just want to get it all out. Since, I mean, the day of recording me, this is the 29th of May. We are going. It's going to be a cut and end on that. I'll probably still like for footage for this film. When I go to check out some of the locations for the search, it's going to account. I'm probably going to grab some more footage. I'm not going to use it unless I think it could be used for that film. But, again, I'm just going to try to grab some footage for this project and go from there. For another project later down the line, it's always good to have options. It's always good to have them. But, yeah, that's about it for Focus Part 3. On to post-production. We've got Talking Neurodivergence Doc Series Episode 1. Yes, the first episode has been recorded. As I mentioned earlier on, I did reach out to some folks earlier in the week. One of them I was able to set up a meeting with them on the 28th, which was yesterday. So, we sat down, we recorded, we ended up having to do 2 takes of it. I mean, of course, filming went well, other than the fact we had to do 2 takes because of the fact one of my lights died on me. The battery just ran out, so luckily with this, it gave me a chance to sit down and kind of figure out how I wanted to frame this and shoot it. And I saw that when, the one camera light that was pointed at the actor, not from the side, but, more towards his face, looked really good. I was quite happy with it. I'm like, do you feel up to just doing another go-around of it? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So we did, and I'm quite happy with it. I really like the framing of it, and I'm really happy with how it looks. I'm also glad we wrapped up when we did, because my phone almost died. It was at 1% when we wrapped, which was insane. But hey, we finished it. We got it done on time. We got it all recorded. Now I just gotta, like I said, reach out to the other guy, reach out to some other folks, try to get some more footage, get some more grabbed, and start editing. Editing will probably will be happening later down the line. It'll probably be after I finish the search. Once I finish filming, once we get the search filmed, I'll probably start focusing on this, because right now we've got Misunderstanding. I'm wrapping up the experimental focus part 3, which we're currently in the midst of working on as well. So we've got that, and I want to make sure I might try and start editing it as we're nearing the filming dates for as we're nearing the filming dates for the search, which will be great. But I'll do what I can. I'm honestly happy with I know I said, but I'm happy with the footage. I think it came out great. It's definitely got me thinking about some other questions I could ask moving forward, which I probably will. This is probably what's going to happen as I go. I'm going to be figuring out more questions to ask, and going from there. These episodes are probably going to get a bit longer as time goes on, but that's fine, because hey, we're getting more substance. We're really getting down to the heart and soul of this. and I was kind of mentioning earlier, yeah. So I ended up using my one set of lav mics I had for the that I originally bought, and had ended up buying those crap cheap ones, um, and I used those. I'll have to mess with that in the mixer a bit to kind of do that. I'm probably gonna sit down one day. I don't know about this weekend, but because it's mad dash to get the BTS reel and all that jazz edited for Misunderstanding. But I'm probably gonna sit down at some point and look those over, kind of mess with them, try to better understand how to use them, so I'm not, on set should be like, duh, how do I use this? When we're trying to film, when I'm doing a one-person documentary, like, I need more, I need to have the information and the knowledge to do that. And I'm just going to be practicing to get the hang of it, so I'm not, holding shit up. Should be great. Yeah, that's basically, there's not really much else to discuss with that. I'm happy with how this episode is going to look, and I can't wait for you all to see it. I know I'm going to edit it. I'm probably going to put, like, the two clips, one on top of the other. Probably the one that's going to be for, one that was more on the main, I want to say, like, the one that was more facing him, and the one that was facing his profile be, that's the main footage. When we're on profile, the profile one is going to be, like, the supplementary stuff, and we'll be cutting between those two, which I think will be good to do, honestly. Once we do that, we'll go from there. Of course, I'll trim it down when needed and all that jazz. Make sure the music audio sounds perfect, that sounds good, and all that jazz. Yeah. Without further ado, on to the last topic of today, Misunderstanding. The film is only finished. I've got it up on YouTube. You might be seeing it. I need to add the thumbnail. I write these before I leave work. I had some time before I left work. A lot of time before I had left work, and I'm like, okay, what else can I do? So just scrolling on Instagram. Why don't I get Misunderstanding uploaded right now? Start uploading that, and I'm like, okay, we'll upload it. And I did. And, yeah, we are making progress. Like I said, I just gotta get the thumbnail made. I have a couple ideas on what I'm gonna use for it. And we'll go from there. It might be I might use a different shot from the same scene that I used for the trailer thumbnail. I think, maybe, I don't know. I was gonna do like one of the like what we used for our original poster, which was the very last shot of the film. But I'm like, on that. I'm not fully. It doesn't have. I'm trying to give some pop. I'm trying to give some vibrance. So it might. I'll have to look at it once I'm done recording this, but it might be what we use. We'll have to see. But once that's done, we'll put on there. Once that's made, I'll add it to the film. And I will basically be good to go. Given that will be done, I will get to work on the BTS reel. I have started it. I've basically I've started going through the footage just to kind of see where everything is lining up, essentially, where these new the new shots are, essentially. Just to kind of see, because as you may know, I like to record my thoughts and feelings leading up to and after filming. That just is nice, honestly. It's kind of nice being able to think about, okay, where am I? How is this progressing? Just kind of giving you my own thoughts. This is the A's each day, and of course, in between that, I'm going to splice in some footage of the video of all the activity happened on set, in between certain topics, and in between each day. And I'm also going to, on top of that, put some photos, so that way, on top of me talking, have some photos, so there's some visual interest going on there. You're not just looking at my face talking about, how the filming went. But yeah, that's gonna be the next big main focus. I have to get this out before... I have to get this done by the 19th. Okay, that, I think, is doable. I might have to spend a couple days working on it on the side, but that's fine. That should be doable. The director's commentary, I'll probably work on some of that as well, leading up to that. And then the rest of the stuff, like the deleted scenes, those won't take long. Those should take a day or two for both, honestly, just to get re-edited, slightly edited together, cut, pasted, slightly edited together, rendered, uploaded, all that jazz. And, yeah. I'll make this work. Don't worry, y'all. I'll make it work, and I'm really looking forward to it, honestly. But yeah, I think that's basically it. There's not much really else for me to go into. But yeah, that's basically it. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you know when all these films that are being worked on will be coming out. You do not want to miss them. I will tell you that much. And yeah, this is Damien from DK Film Studios signing off, and I'll see you all in the next one.